Hello everyone, welcome back to the GI software video series. Previous video we saw the basic functions of ArcGIS software. Today we are going to see the analytical functions of GIS software series. So I inputted 4 shapefile here. This shapefile indicates the Teknaf Pourashava of Bangladesh. On this shapefile, we can see the road structure, road poly, and administration boundary. If you go to the attribute table of this structure, we can see the different land use type, which is residential or commercial or many different types. If you want to categorize the land use type and its area and area percentage, we are gonna need a new analytical tool, which is into the geoprocessing tool, which is called the dissolve. If we select this dissolve tool, we have to input the feature, which is the structure. Now we have to give a output feature name. We're gonna name it dissolve. We hit save, and now we have to select the field. Which field we are going to select? We select the land use type, and we now hit OK. See, a new shapefile has created which is named dissolve. If you go to its attribute table, we can see the land use type of the structure. That's how the dissolve works. If you want to categorize a field of a attribute, field of a feature, we can do it by this dissolve option. Now we have to get the area. To do that, we go to add field. We're gonna add a new field which is called area. You go to float and hit OK. So the area is now created. We're gonna add another field which is called area percentage. Name it area per, and we hit float and we hit OK. On this area field, we select it and go to its calculate geometry. We select the property area, and we're gonna select the coordinate system which is default, and we're gonna select a square kilometer. We hit OK. Yes, that's how you can see the different land use area are now calculated. Now we are going to need the area percentage. To get the area percentage, we are going to need the sum of this area. So we go to again right click and go to statistics. Here we can see different attributes of this area. We're going to need this sum. We copy it. Now we go to area percentage, select it, and right click and go to field calculator. Yes, and now in this field calculator we select, we press bracket and we select the area divided by the copied sum and bracket close, and we hit into 100. Now we OK. That's how you can see the area percentage are now created. If you go to its statistics, you can see the sum which is close to 100. So the area percentage are now correct. Now we are going to see some advanced operation. To see that, we go to a new Word file. Here, this is a project based on vector based basic spatial analysis. So there are two questions, which is first question is find out the total number of structure based on their land use categories for each word within a distance of 20 meter from the road. Structure those are within the given distance and even touch the buffer distance. So how we can solve this question? So we can see it, land use criteria categories, and for each word which is a distance of 20 meter from the road. So we go to the map software again. Now if you go to the structure, you can see the attribute which is land use, and if you go to the administrative boundary, we can see the ward ID in the administrative boundary. So the two different ID are two different features. So how we can combine them together? To combine them, we are gonna use the go to geoprocessing, and we are gonna intersect the two feature. But first we have to select the structure within the 20 meter from the road. So how we can do that? We can go to the arc map again, and we go to selection and go to select by location. Now we are going to select, you can see the select feature form. Target layer would be the structure, and the source layer will be the road, of course. And from here we can select the target layer. We're going to select the R within a distance from the source layer, because the features are within the distance of feature layer. We're going to apply a distance which is given 20 meter, and unit will be meter. We hit apply. So the 20 meter distance from a road, our structures are selected, and now we go to the structure and open attribute table. So the 20 meter distance structures are selected. Now we're gonna open a new field which is called count. We are gonna okay. Now we select the count and go right click and go to field calculator. We hit we're gonna count we 1 and okay, calculating. So what we did here, we we give the selected features the count number 1, and the unselected feature and number 0, so we can easily differentiate between them. Now we're going to close this and go to the intersect option of structure and administrative boundary. We go to geoprocessing and go to intersect. In this intersect option, we're going to put the input, which is the structure, and also the administrative boundary, which includes word. Now we're going to give a output feature class which is named intersect. We hit save and we hit OK. So as we can see, a new shapefile is created which is named intersect. If we go to its attribute table, we can see the land use type and the word in the same attribute table, so the intersect is done properly. Now we are going to count the feature. How we can do that? We can go to table feature and go to select all, and we hit right click and copy selected. So how we can get the count? We copied the attribute table. Now we have to go to X. Here we will paste the copied value. So from this value we have to create a pivot table, which is go to insert and go to pivot table from table. Now we are gonna create existing worksheet. We hit OK. The pivot table is created, and now we're gonna put the land use to the column and the word ID to the rows and the count to the values, so we can get the sum of the count. So this is the pivot table according which showing the structures based on their land use according to the word, which was the first question. Now we are gonna solve the second question, which is the calculate the percentage of road as per the road type for each word. Now what this question mean? This question mean that there are different road types and in each word. So we go to ArcGIS software again. Now we go across this and this. We have to unselect this item, so we go to selected and clear selected features. Now we are going to go to the road poly and go to its attribute table. Here we can see the defined road types, local road, 7-day road. We have to categorize these features according this road type. So how can categorize? We can categorize by the dissolve tool. We go to geoprocessing tool again and hit dissolve. Here we have to put the road poly and we have to select the type, and we are gonna output folder, create an output folder which is called road type. We hit save and we hit OK. Now a new shapefile is created. We go to its attribute table and we can see the local type, primary type and secondary type, which is a new shapefile. Now we have to merge it to its administrative boundary which has the word ID. So we are gonna again go to geoprocessing tool and use the intersect tool. We're gonna put the road type and administrative boundary, and again we have to create an output folder which is called road word. We hit save and we hit OK. Now the road word shapefile is created. We go to its attribute table and here we can see the type and the word ID both on the same attribute table. Now we have to calculate the area of this each polygon. We go to add field, which we name it area square meter. We're gonna give it a double type and we go to hit OK. Now the new field is created. We're gonna need another field which is called the area percentage. We're gonna again select the double type and hit OK. Now we're gonna select the area and right click and go to calculate geometry. Hit yes, and we're gonna select the property of area and we're gonna select the default coordinate system, and here we can see the square meter. So we select the unit square meter and we hit OK. Yes, and the area is calculated according to the polygon. Now we are gonna need calculate the area percentage, but first we're gonna need the sum of this area. So we go to right click and go to statistics. We can see in the statistic there are different attributes. In this attribute we select the sum, we copy across this, and now we select the area percentage field and go to field calculator. Yes, and in this field calculator we use bracket and we select the area divided by the copied sum, close bracket, and into 100. We hit OK. Now the area percentage is now calculated to its according to its polygon. Now if you go to the question, you have to calculate the as per road type. So how we can calculate this? We have to go to the Excel file again. To do that we have to copy the all attributes, select all, and we go to right click and copy all selected. Now we have to go to again Excel and we have to paste it here. So we have to create another pivot table. We go to insert and select pivot table and create a pivot table, existing worksheet. We're going to select a cell and we hit OK. The pivot table is created. Now in this pivot table we are gonna use the type to the column and word ID to the row and area percentage to the values. Now in this pivot table we can see the grand total percentage of the rows according to their word type and their road type. So that's how we can solve this analytical problem by using this Excel and ArcGIS software. So that's it for today. Thank you everyone. See you on the next video.